everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Moose Jaw, Canada. Welcome to my Tuesday evening Stamp-Along video. If you're catching this on February 9th, I guess it is today, at around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, then you're catching it live. If it's after that, you're catching the recording. And I'm just going to see if I can link up here to my iPad. Oh wow, that was really quick. I got it right first try. Okay, I found it and I think I might be able to see your comments perhaps. Oh, interesting. Share this video with Stamp Ventures VIP group. Oh, well, what the heck? I'm going to try it. You shared this video with Stamp Ventures VIP group. So, welcome to my VIP stampers too. I've never seen that option before. Man, oh man, I learn something new every time. It could be too because there have recently been some updates to the operating systems. So, I'm not sure if that has to do with anything or not. But, we'll see. Hey, what the heck? Okay. So, if there's anyone out there, just give a thumbs up, say hello, let me know that you're there, and I'm good at talking to myself too. Yeah, give me a shout if you've been able to hop on, and thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I think there might be some kind of a share button for you too, and if you know somebody who might like to see the video and get some card making ideas, feel free to share with them. Hello, Sue. Hi there. And hello to Debbie, too. Hi. Awesome. Well, we've got a few people here. That's a great start. Okay. I discovered, some of you might not have heard me at the very beginning, but there was a button that allows me to share this video to my VIP page. So I've, yeah, learned something new there. So, to start with, what's on the top of everybody's mind in this part of the world right now? Nope, it's not the Super Bowl. Nope, it's not the impeachment. It's the weather. We have some choice words for the weather today. Here in Western Canada, not so much out by the coast where they tend to have a little bit nicer weather, but more inland and towards the center of Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, we're in like the polar vortex, and so with the wind, we've been getting down to like -50. It's like la 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 la. It's awful. So, anyways, I was trying to think of a weather word, and well, I think, you know, pretty much any curse word that you can think of works really well for today's weather. So yeah, it's just been crazy. I hope everybody's doing okay wherever they are at, and those of you who are in a warmer spot, please send some nicer weather, some warmer weather our way. Hello to Bernice. Okay, I have a couple thank yous. I received some cards. I'll show you to them really quickly here. I got a Valentine's Day card from Elaine. Elaine is amazing. She makes cards for every single occasion, and her family and friends always get them, even on maybe occasions that people don't normally think of sending cards. Like, I think she sends them St. Patrick's Day, and she's always good for a Valentine, Christmas for sure, New Year's cards, she does New Year's too. So here she's paired the lovely peony, love that peony, the prized peony, with one of the ornate layers dies. So how about that beautiful lacy detail with the peony. Thank you so much, Elaine. This is going up here in my stamping parlor. And Elaine had the cutest little gift in with my Valentine. She's very thoughtful that way. And so it's basically it's like one of these Valentines that maybe a a younger person might enjoy sending out to their friends. And then there was this little thing tied onto it, and the wording here says, "Valentine, you have my stamp of approval." And sure enough, this is a little stamp. I'm gonna give myself a little stamp on the hand. There we go. Oh my goodness! I pressed too hard. Whoa, this stamp is really inked up. Okay, so I'll try again and I won't be quite so... There, it's a little, I'm not sure what, a little crocodile. Yeah, okay. I might need to grab my tissue to get that. It looks like I'm bleeding. I'm really not. It's just that this is a very well inked stamp, and I love that idea, your stamp of approval. I think we could come up with something like this with our Stampin' Up! Supplies. That's a really fun idea. My other card that I received is from Iris. It's a lovely thank you card. I love how she's got this script thank you, gold embossed, and then, oh, there's some of my favorite paper from the past. Just so lovely. Thanks very much, Iris. Okay, you know, I'm wearing my sweatpants today, and oh my gosh, I just checked in my pocket and no, I was so sure I had a tissue in there. So I gotta go over here and grab my tissue so I don't get this red ink all over the project today. Okay. Next time I go to stamp myself, give me a reminder that I don't need to do that much with the ink. Okay. Yeah, it's a sweatpants kind of day. Sweatpants and long johns and everything else. So I've got this bag over my shoulder, and I just thought I'd show you the fun that I had. A stamper who has stamped with me for quite some time, her name is Jackie. She's looking at getting the starter kit, and she really likes the Dandy Garden suite of products. So that's this one here. A lot of you have probably seen it, page 24, 25, 26, and 27 in the mini catalog. And so I had fun picking out some things that she might be able to put into her starter kit. We get to pick up to $165 here in Canada of product without going over. And so you can't quite get the entire suite collection, because the entire suite collection comes to $197.75. But we picked out kind of the main things that are in the suite collection, and I'll show you here what's in the bag. And the nice thing, even though you pick out $165 Canadian, you only pay $135 for it, and there's no shipping on that. Oh, and there's 5 free packs of paper that come with it if you buy the starter kit during celebration, so that's nice too. That's an extra $78 in paper that you get with the starter kit until the end of February. So there's the Dragonfly Garden stamp set and the punch, and we talked about how she could definitely fit that into her kit. And then there's the other bundle, the Garden Wishes, not Dragonfly Wishes, Garden Wishes, and the dies that coordinate with that, and she can definitely fit that into her starter kit. Something I thought I will point out about these 2 bundles, next month I'm hoping to have another coffee break stamp along class. This month we're going to be working with, and we've already ordered for people, the Quite Curvy bundle. Next month, I'm hoping that my coffee break class will use Garden Wishes. The only reason it might not is if the dies went on back order and they couldn't get more of them in from China in time for the class. But my plan is, if everything goes well, cross fingers, this will be next month's coffee break class. And I do my coffee break classes on my VIP group. If you want to come and check out my VIP group, it's Stamp Ventures VIP. You can request to join or send me a message. And so I'll be doing, I do usually the last 2 Thursdays of the month, I do 2 cards the first Thursday, 2 cards the next Thursday. Something to know about the Dragonfly Garden, and again, this hinges on availability, but my team last month had a stamp camp, and it was called the Happy Thoughts Stamp Camp. We're looking at having another stamp camp. I think it's going to be the end of April, like maybe the last Saturday in April, and we're hoping it will be using the Dragonfly Garden bundle. So it's perfect because if Jackie gets the starter kit, she's going to be set for these 2 events that we're planning to have that are coming up, and she loves it anyways. Even if we weren't having the event, she still loves this suite. So okay, so she's got to be able to fit those into her starter kit, and then she can also get some of the coordinating designer series paper. That's the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper, and I'm going to be using this tonight for the project that I'll be showing in just a few minutes. She can get some of the ribbon that's shown with the suite collection. It's Mossy Meadow, and I think it's a braided linen trim, and yeah, coordinating with the Mossy Meadow that's in the designer paper. And then, yes, there's more. She can also pick out some of the little ladybug trinkets. They're so sweet. They're like sort of bronzy little ladybug gems. And with these things right here, that brings the total, the retail total to $155. So I'm like, okay, well, if you go for these things, you get $10 left to play with. And there are a ton of things that she could choose. She could choose more embellishments. Lots of ribbons are priced at $9.50. I think Clear Block C is $9.50. Yeah, a few different choices. One of my favorite things that I would suggest, but again, it's up to you because the starter kit is customizable, are the gold gems, these gilded gems from the annual catalog. I just love them. They're $9.50. So yeah, nice starter kit. She'll have lots to work with if she goes with something like that, and all coordinating. So it's not going to be like, oh well, I got some pink ribbon, it doesn't really go with it. Nope, it's all coordinating and all working together. So keep in mind the starter kit deal, especially right now with the celebration add-on. But I just wanted to show you how it's fun to kind of mix and match and coordinate and pick out a starter kit that might be just right for you. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll get started with the stamping. If you have any questions, just give a shout. I think I've got all the comments and everything coming through now. So hello to those of you who have just hopped on. Okay, camera is going down, so avert your eyes if the movement bothers you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and I think it's in place. There we go. And I'll just get my iPad turned around. Hope you like the poem. I couldn't resist posting that one. That was fun when I saw that. Imagine a few of you have seen it too. All right, and okay, I'm gonna plug in my microphone. See if I can get this reaching. There we go. Yeah, I told you, yeah. There it is. Today's weather word. Okay, there's another funny underneath here. And I don't mean it to be anything political. I just thought it was really cute. And I think that it doesn't maybe apply as much now because Ontario is, well, starting to lift some of its lockdown restrictions. But I saw this and I thought, oh, somebody has such a good sense of humor in such, frustrating times right now. Ontario is in lockdown.
the police have the authority to come to your house and forcibly remove relatives. It is unclear if this is a free service or if it can be booked in advance. Yeah, that was kind of a funny one too. I just thought some people are like, I wish I had a sense of humor like this. Some people are so good at coming up with those things. And there's the, can I really get more and pay less? And we talked about, I showed you a sample starter kit there. It would come to like, $164.50 or something like that. Normally you'd pay that much, but because it's part of the starter kit, it would be that much. So you'd save that much. This is all Canadian dollars. And the real question is not, should I buy the starter kit? It's what do I want in my starter kit? So, okay, stamping. Yesterday for my Mystery Card Monday, I had suggested that people grab a piece of cardstock 3 3/4 by 3.5 and cut a slit down the middle, and then add another piece or two of cardstock in there and see what they came up with. And we had some really interesting layers and cards, and everybody's, well, I guess it was only 2 people, but we had 3 ideas because Debbie submitted two different ideas, and they all were a little bit different in how they were put together. Well, you can see with mine, I've kind of got a bit of a theme going on. The one piece of cardstock is tucked under where the slit in the designer paper is. So I'm going to make one of these cards tonight, and if you happen to have some designer paper, you should make along with me. It's super easy, and by the end here, you'll be one head a card of the game, ready to send out a little something to somebody. So to start with, you're going to need a card base, and I suggest that you go maybe with a darker color for the base. So on the butterfly card here, I've used Night of Navy, and that's the celebration paper blooms. And here I've used Cherry Cobbler, and there's the celebration paper flower and field. I guess I could have gone black with the background too, because that's very dark there, but I think I get a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to go, I've got these 2 colors because I'm going to be using the Dragonfly Garden Designer Series paper. So Mossy Meadow and, okay, Breathe, Blackberry Bliss, that's it. And I think I'm going to go with the Mossy Meadow as my card base. So I don't know, it might be interchangeable, but I think I want this more to be just a touch of the Blackberry Bliss and sort of the pop color. This is kind of going to be more the color that grounds things, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's really a thing or not. So yeah, grab your paper and cut it in half at 5.5. You should, it's actually a good idea to make 2 cards at once, because you always, when you cut your, but oh well, I've got one cut for another time. 4 1/4 is where I'll score it. And, while I've got the paper trimmer out, I might as well cut my other pieces. I actually have already pre-cut my designer paper, but in case you're wondering, it is 3 3/4 inches wide. So, yep, just 1/4 inch shy of the 4, and it's 3.5 inches tall. And I'm going to take 3 3/4 inches, halfway is almost 2 inches. So I'll just put it at the almost 2. I work in almost quite a bit. So I've pretty much found the middle of that piece, and it is at the 3.5 inches tall. And I'm going to just cut a slice down the middle like that, so I can fold these back and create that little collar. Look, yeah, it's kind of what it's like. It's like a folded collar. Maybe I could call this the folded color DSP card. I don't know. There's all kinds of names for the different cards that are out there. Okay, then I'm going to grab a piece that I'm going to be stamping on, and I'm going to make this one at 4 1/4 and by 4 1/4 by 3. Now remember I said I wanted to have some Blackberry Bliss. That's just going to be my little pop color along it's going to be along the edge of the white, just like that. I'm going to cut it just a tiny bit bigger than this paper. So the white paper was 4 1/4, so here I'm going to go 4 1/4 and a little bit. So that's like a 4 3/8, I think it is. Not quite as much as 4 1/2. So I'm going, there's 4 1/4 and there's 4 1/2, and I'm going right in between them. And sometimes that's how you have to look at it when you're looking at all those tiny little fraction lines. And then by 3, but I want it a little bit, I want it halfway between 3 and 3 1/4, so 3 1/8. I hope I did that right. We'll layer it on top and see. Yeah, just like that. Okay. All right, I think I'm done here with the paper trimmer. And so immediately, like right away, I want to like glue these two pieces together. But I think I should do my stamping first, because then if something goes awry, I can turn it over and stamp it again on the other side. And I'm going to be, okay, now which color? Decisions. You know, I've already pre-stamped. I had stamped this dragonfly quite a few weeks ago, and I found it, I think, in with a designer paper. And I decided I was going to use this. So I'm wondering, maybe I'll stamp with the Mossy Meadow because the dragonfly is in the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so we'll see, because here's how it's going to work. Maybe I could have you, you know, do the choose your own adventure thing and help me with this. So I'm going to fold down the collar of my designer paper. There we go. And okay, we'll get the full effect here. I might as well put this right onto the card front. So there, yeah, you can see how that nice, just thin edge of the Blackberry Bliss kind of frames and makes that white cardstock pop. Okay, now this is going to come, it's like he's kind of, he, she, could be either, it. The dragonfly is flying out from inside this little pocket or something. And the words that I grabbed from the Dragonfly Garden stamp set are these ones here. Thank you for your kindness. I might have to make the dragonfly go a little bit over to this side, or I could just extend this piece a little bit further out from the pocket. Something like that. So here's my question. Oh, one more thing I'll show you, and then you can tell me what color of ink that you think I should use for my words. I talked about that Mossy Meadow braided trim. I'm going to put a little bow right at the bottom of the corner, or at the bottom where the little collar fold is. The V, the bottom of the V, that's what it is. Okay, grab my ribbon scissors here. So that's going to go like that. So now my question to you is, what color ink do you think I should use for the greeting at the top there? The Mossy Meadow ink or the Blackberry Bliss? I'd love to hear your take on it. As looking down from your perspective is a little bit different from what I see here, kind of from the side. And yeah, so put in the comments, let me know which color you think I should use, and we'll see which comes up as being the most popular choice, and we'll go with that one. So, and if you don't want to spell out the whole thing, you could do MM for Mossy Meadow, or you could do BB for Blackberry Bliss. Okay, Debbie thinks Blackberry. Okay, yeah. You know, after having put the Mossy Meadow linen trim here, braided trim, I was like, oh, what do I want? Interesting. Okay, anybody else able to weigh in? What do you think? Mossy Meadow or Blackberry Bliss? Just waiting because there's always a little bit of a delay for the responses to come through. Bernice says Blackberry Bliss 2. So we've got 2 for Blackberry Bliss. And maybe that's the one that we'll go with. Just watching to see if there are any other choices. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, we'll go with the Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, all right. So I'm glad I did not glue this piece of white cardstock down, because Blackberry Bliss is a little bit, oh, thanks, Sue. It's a little bit like a virus. It's very infectious and it's very dark, and it gets a deep, deep color all over. So I'm just trying to be very careful that I don't touch it and infect myself. Thank you for your kindness. I'll do it a little bit off to this side. I hope that doesn't look too weird. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Move the stamp way, way far away and shut the ink pad. There we go. Okay, so now I can go ahead and glue those two pieces together, and I think I'm going to use my liquid glue because with that very thin edge it'll be easier to shift and get things straight, get the layers straight. Okay. Ooh, working on the black background, it's hard to see the Blackberry Bliss. There's a reason it's called Blackberry. It is very dark. Okay. So I'm going to go like that. Woo! Alrighty. Now, I want that. I don't want it to be too close to the top. It can be similar to these side edges, maybe a little bit up, something like that. Okay. And I should work with the grid lines, not against the grid lines. There might be a better chance, perhaps, that it'll be straight. Okay. And yeah, that's just, whoops. Oh, don't press so hard. It's picking up the paper. Press gently. There. Yeah, it's this is a really, it looks, when people, well, I would like to think, you know, when our friends and family receive these cards and they look at that and think, how'd you do that? And that looks complicated. This is really not very complicated at all. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to grab some dimensionals because I think it's kind of neat to have the collar part, the folded parts, just supported under there so that, see, if it goes in the mail, this doesn't lay completely flat and look, just not as, it just doesn't have as much dimension. I think this adds a little bit to it. So I'm going to just throw a couple of dimensionals under there, and that will make sure that it doesn't totally, stick flat. Like how somebody's hair just sticks flat to their head. I don't want my card to just stick flat, that part. So this dragonfly I stamped from the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. Let's see, there are 2 dragonflies here. Okay, so it's this one with the wavy lines. There's this one that has the more horizontal lines. And it was stamped with the Blackberry Bliss ink. And then right after I stamped it, I grabbed my Wink of Stella shimmer pen. And when you color in with the Wink of Stella shimmer pen, oops, it would have been in between those wavy lines, it would have been white, but then the Wink of Stella it picks up some of that ink, the blackberry ink, and causes it to bleed. And so it not only colors it a little bit lightly, a lighter kind of shade of pinky purple, and it also makes it really sparkly, especially when you've got a light shining on it like that. So I don't know how much of that. Yeah. So, and then, punched it out with the Dragonfly Duo Punch. Oh, look it. I think I even had it on a project and I didn't like it. So you know what I do when I have it stuck on something with dimensionals and I don't like it is I do surgery. I go in with my scissors and I snip through the dimensionals. So now I need to put a new batch of I used mini dimensionals last time. This time I'll just use regular. Just sneak that in between. There we go. Even if people never know when they get my cards what's gone on with them, how much, oh shoot, I smudged that there a little, how much, what has happened, the layers and the changes that have gone on to create that card. Okay, now, there we go. Yeah, I quite like that with the blackberry ink there. Now I'm going to, I guess I could have had a blackberry bow might have looked nice there too, but I don't have any blackberry ribbon. But I see there's blackberry along the edge, blackberry in the dragonfly, and then there's little bits of it there. So kind of look for 3 places. It's good to do things in 3s. And then this is kind of grounding, like the card base grounded color. So I'll grab some, almost done. Grab some glue dots here. Is one going to be enough? Oh, it should be, I think. There, that'll go right in the center. Now, I brought one more thing here. You remember in the, oh, you like it with the Mossy Meadow bow. Oh, great. Okay. Well, thanks, Debbie. Okay. I have one more question for you. One more chance to participate in today's card making session here. And maybe you're making a card along with me. If you are, I would love to see how your card turns out. Like, what designer paper did you use? And, what colors did you coordinate with it? What did you have that was popping out of the little color fold, whatever? I'm just wondering, though, here's one more thing that I'd like your opinion on. I grabbed some of those gilded gems. There's some of my very favorite gems in the annual catalog. I have lots of the big ones. I need to find a project to use. But there's all sizes. See, there's big, there's medium, and there's small. 3 different sizes, and they are so shiny. And my question is, do you think I should add some gilded gems? Wait, where's some little ones? Okay, some gilded gems to this, or is this enough? I'm just, sometimes it's like, do I go the extra mile for the card? I could, scatter some gems, here, 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 kind of thing, do the trio of scattered gems, or do you think I should just leave it as it is? So I'm thinking everything's kind of going like this is going up the center, that's going up the center, the words are going up the center. I'm wondering if I put some gems here and here that will spread the vision out and make it not seem quite so vertical. Just weigh in if you have any feelings on this. So let's see if I put a gem. Yeah, because see, if I just lined up gems here again, that's just going to make it seem like it's just going more in a more vertical direction. And I don't know that the card needs more vertical to it. So I could put a gem there. And that was a medium. And here's another medium. And a small. So I never even asked you to tell, or I never even got any feedback from anybody. I just went ahead and put those on. I don't know. What do you think? With gems or without gems? Give a shout there and let me know if you think the gems kind of finished it off or were the gems too much. Any suggestion either way? Or is everybody ready for bed? I think I'm getting there. Just waiting for the delay. I see. Debbie says, I always add gems, and it's surprising how much difference they make. So I say with gems. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to stick with the gems. Sure. I've been known to peel gems off too. And yeah, if you get under there, well, with your take your pick tool, the pokey part or the spatula part, and I move gems around all the time. So people would be surprised how different their card may have looked before they actually got it in the mail, and I changed things around. Bernice says gems too. Okay, awesome. Well, like I said, if you get a chance to make one of these cards, and it doesn't have to be vertical. You saw the one here that I made with the horizontal orientation. I'd love to see how yours turns out. And if you're wondering where things came from here, so there's heart punches that coordinate with this heartfelt stamp set. And this was neat. When I stamped this heart, I put the dotted heart and the words, so lucky to have a friend like you, all on one stamp, and stamped it all at once, because this stamp, it doesn't have any photopolymer in the middle. It's empty in the middle. So that was handy. And this is going to a friend for Valentine's Day. So it needed, it couldn't be, mushy kiss kiss. Well, I guess it could have been mushy kiss, but no, this is for a good friend. So yeah, somebody who's just stuck with me through a thick and thin, and yeah, it's going to be going to her. And then, yeah, this one over here, another duo punch. This was with the butterfly duo punch. And I guess I would have used, well, this butterfly here and a little note. There's a few, you've been on my mind. That's a nice option for this one too. And yeah, I got to get some cards out into the mail to some special people. I was thinking of my aunt in BC who is in a care home there, and yeah, a few people who need a little cheer up. So I so appreciate you watching today. If you have any questions, give me a shout, and hope you get a chance to play with some of your papers and your cardstock. And thanks again. We'll talk to you another day. Just keep in mind that next week I'll have, usually on Sundays, I'll post my next mystery card challenge, and you can see what you can come up with. And then I will share something on Tuesday evening. I think I'm going to be doing the baby wipe technique next week. Not just the baby wipe. I'm going to be showing you like 10 different things that you can do with ink refills, not just the baby wipe techniques. I think there'll be lots of things for you to see next Tuesday evening. So thanks again. Okay, bye for now.